welcome to Abiola Orishile Events and Parties. And today we have a celebrity couple. I'm talking about the OJOs, all the way from Houston. They actually co-run a real estate and a mortgage company called Discovered Homes. And they've been able to make lots of Nigerians living in the United States, landlords and house owners. And this is not just the only thing about them. When you visit Antinike Ojo's page, you will love being married. You will just love being married. You're going to fall in love with them. Their relationship and marriage is all about friendship. And you'll be like, how do they co-run a company as big as this? They've been married for 32 years. The company is over 20 years. And you need to listen to their humble beginning. How they started small, and now they are one of those making us proud in Sugarland, Houston, Texas. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
I'm so excited, sir, to have you on the seats. It's been a long time. I always see you on mommy's page. And I see you in Nigeria is like, I actually cannot describe how excited I am to talk to you today. It's my second time of having an interview with mommy, and I know that she is loaded. Yeah. And there's no way she can be this loaded if her husband is not supporting her, if her husband is not saying, oh, I have a wife who can also be heard and be seen. Thank you so much for this, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, the name Ojo from Akure is a big name. But you I've seen mommy's page. I saw your humble beginning. Despite being a complete Englishman, you're still so respectful. I saw the way you greeted your elder brother, the way you still do, despite the words. Who is Mr. RAPHAEL Ojo?
I'm RAPHAEL Ojo from Akure. I was born into Ojo, Jayoba, and Olofiyemi Jayoba homes. And I actually came from a village near Akure called Ishinibu. So I lived there for my first 18 years.
Your first 18 years. So you've been in US for how long, sir?
I've been in US for 42 years.
42 years?
Yeah.
When was the last time you visited Nigeria?
Oh, in 2017, I visited Nigeria.
2017 should be over
8 years ago.
So what has changed about Lagos, about Akure? Development, did you see any development?
I never lived in Lagos before.
Okay.
I only lived in Akure. A lot of things has changed since I left Nigeria. I left Akure, and the road, the building, the expansions, all have been changed. Even the traffic.
We no longer expect, we no longer see that often. So you went abroad at age 18?
Yeah, I went abroad at age 24.
24? Why?
Well, and because I came from a poor family, I didn't go to secondary school. I went to modern school. From modern school, I went to technical school because technical school was free education at the time. When I graduated from technical school, then I started teaching at secondary school called Alama as a woodwork teacher. And that time, because I went to technical school to learn about carpentry and furniture. So I started teaching at Alama Grammar School as a woodwork teacher and technical drawing teacher. from there, I met a guy that came from Europe, from Austria. He told me that the education in Austria is free. Wow, since it's free and I don't have money to even go to college, to university here, I just told my brother that I have a country that I can go to for free education. Then the man gave me somebody's number there who is the president of the student union. I wrote that man, and the man said, yeah, you can come, the education is free. Then my brother just gave me, I just went to get the visa, and then my brother gave me $1,000.
Wow.
I mean, 1,000 naira.
1,000 naira?
Yeah, because that time, to travel out of Nigeria, you cannot take out more than 500 naira on traveler's check. And then my to and from Europe that time was 500 naira to and from Europe.
So you still had 500 naira change?
Yes. So I just traveled. So I then to Europe.
And you were in Europe for how long, sir?
2.5 years.
Then after that?
After that, I went to get a visa for US. Then I just crossed over to the United States.
How did your paths cross with mommy?
When I got there, time for me to get married, my brother said I shouldn't marry any Black Americans or marry any white girls. I should marry from home.
So?
Then I told my brother that, okay, can help me look for somebody to marry.
And they found me.
Wow, yeah, my mama, how they found her. The diamond.
They found my wife. Then,
let me tell you, that was not how it happened.
Okay.
When his brother was looking, the brother was looking, and they sent him like series of pictures of women, but my picture stood out.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, that was true.
Wow.
They sent me a lot of pictures, and
then he saw this gorgeous babe, and he just couldn't take his eyes off.
I just picked a photo, then I picked her pictures, and I told my brother, this is the pictures I want. Then they contacted her family, and then we just go from there. I just came home, and then we got married.
32 years.
Yes.
I was opportune to speak with your wife, and I already have a background information of your humble beginning. So I actually want to hear it from the horse's mouth, because the relationship part of you, we've seen the business side of you, and just of recent, mommy started bringing out the softer side of the business, which is the relationship. And most of us that we've actually just probably got married or probably new in marriage begin to ask, Shebeya will do to you, because of the way mommy put it out to us. And in the less than 30 minutes that I've been here, I came here late. My driver wasn't around. We were busy at the office. And I got here and you were angry. The typical around your 5 is 5, your 6 is 6. And I thought you were joking because you were still laughing. And when you got inside, I just thought that you started laughing. Sir, what is that special thing about your wife?
Well, our argument does not last more than 2-3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's over, and then we forget about it, we start laughing again. And well, she's so special. I always tell people that when God created my wife, God had me in mind. Okay? I cannot trade her in for anything. Okay? And we understand one another. So,
What was the first thing that came to your mind the day you set your eyes on Auntie Nikki?
Say the truth.
no,
The first thing.
the first thing that came to my mind was, well, as a young guy, you'll say, hey, tonight is tonight. She met me at the airport. I already described what I'm going to wear, how she's going to recognize me, and then she came to the airport to meet with me.
Sir, you've been married for 32 years.
Yes.
Over 3 decades.
Yes.
And it is just as fresh as new.
Of course, yes, always like that. But from the beginning, will always be like that. From day one. Even when I came home and without even knowing, we just touch each other, kiss each other, even wherever we are, we don't even know if people are looking at us or not, because it's something that
it's more of friendship.
Yes, it's more of friendship that.
So what is the secret of a successful marriage? I begin to ask. We've seen lots of couples, most especially the kind of environment that you are. It is not easy to see people doing so well in marriage abroad. Do you also have this belief?
Yes, many people they don't have good marriage
abroad. And why would you? What do you think is the cause?
Simply because the culture over there is quite different from our culture, and when many of them get over there, they start imitating
the whites,
the other people there, the citizens, the people that are brought up in the environment, which is not supposed to be. But to us, because of the culture, we stick together. We are quite different from those people. Okay? Remember that Yoruba adage says, remember the son of whom you are. We always think back home. Even when my brother was looking for a wife for me, I told him that if you go to look for a wife, look for somebody from Akure. Even that time, I even say, not from Lagos. But fortunately, even she's like, he lived in Lagos all her life. But the fact that he was born in Akure, we still believe that he's Akure, so that when I say something or I tell her something, she'll be able to understand where I'm coming from. And then we'll be able to communicate at the same level, the same cultural background. So I think that's what really helped our marriage.
Mom, discover home. You've been able to discover lots of homes with you, with the help of your husband set up the company, you co-run it with him. And you've been able to make lots of Nigerians abroad landlords. How was it when Daddy started? And at what point did he say, come and join the business?
Okay, so when my husband started the business, I was actually helping, even though I was working somewhere else, but whenever I get home, I would help him to run the business. So then he was working part-time. He was doing real estate part-time when he started. And then when I get home from work, then I would just follow up with his contract and help him. And then he started getting busy. I was laid off at his job. And so we got frustrated at the point, and I told him, why don't you do this thing full-time? Well, you are busy already. Just let's go full-time. And then he said, okay, let's do it. So he started the business, and the business got so busy for him to the point that his blood pressure was going up higher. So I was asking him, I said, what does it take for you, for somebody to do this business? So the mortgage, that's the mortgage side, because he had somebody that was helping him with the mortgage, but the person will not perform, they will not close his loans on time, they will not do whatever they were supposed to do on time. So it was giving him so much headache at the time. So I said, what does it take to do this? So he told me what I needed to do. I just went to the class, and then after I passed, so I'll leave work and then join him half day. Then when I closed the first loan, I saw the check. I say,
What one did you do?
I closed the second one. I say, I just told him, I said, look, I'm going to
Resign.
resign from my job. He said, no, don't resign because there's no way we're going to pay the rest of the bills. I said, no, we are going to resign. So one Sunday afternoon, I came back from church. I just wrote my resignation letter. I turned it in the next day, and that was how we started. And from then, it's been.
How old is Discover Home?
Discover Home is about 22 years now. No. I joined him 23 years ago. No, August will make it 23 years that I joined. Yeah, this year will make it 23 years that I joined. So Discover Home is about 25 years now.
Yeah.
25 years. Running it. How easy has it been? Most especially being a female. And you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Well endowed, a typical African woman. And you know, because he's a man, you know the general belief that obìnrin lè wá kó rí nǹkan gbà lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin. How to use strike a balance.
So
when a female customer or a client comes and believe that I could make a pass at him.
Oh, that one lot. Even sometimes when he parks his car on in the parking lot, some people will even write notes and put it on the driver's side. Because on his car there's a sign. We have a sign on his car. And then there's another car that we had that has discovered on the license plate.
So they already know it's a big name.
They already know him, so they just put. Even some will go to party. They will even rub their chest on. So all of those we see, I just laugh because I know nothing is going to happen.
When you first started, how were you able to cope?
There wasn't because we have like a unique kind of relationship. You know, people would say marry your friend. But for us, we developed that friendship. We didn't know each other. You know, we met when he came to Nigeria physically, even though we've been talking on the phone. And then so we developed that friendship, after we started living together. And then, and the friendship has been unbreakable since then. It's not that we don't fight too. We fight. But when we fight,
we argue.
Okay, whatever it is the same thing. Okay, we argue. Okay. All right, we are in sometimes we're in disagreement, but one thing that we've always done, whenever we leave home and we get to the office, we hang that disagreement at the front of the office. We don't take it inside the office, because when we get to the office, we have to work together. And I may not talk to him inside the office, he will not. Most times, even when he's passing by my office, he will touch me, or I will go there, I will rub on his head. I won't do all that because I'm still mad at him. But then when we are going home, I'll pick it up again. But then when we get home, so one thing we made sure of from the beginning of our marriage is that we will not go to bed arguing, you know. If anything, we must settle the differences before, because my husband likes to cuddle. So there's no way if we're still upset at each other, he's not going to cuddle. And so we will have to settle the matter before we go to bed. So that's one thing we've always done. And then, we also want to show people that you can actually build a strong family. One thing that I know is that a lot of people, they are so selfish about themselves. When you put your partners first, it helps a lot. But most people are
when you put your partner first.
Yes, you put your partners first, because I'm always looking out for him. He's always looking out for me. So he wouldn't do what will hurt me, and I wouldn't do what will hurt him as well. So that has helped our marriage. And then we communicate. So like my husband gets upset easily. So once he's upset, I already know how to take care of him to make him, forget whatever.
That was the tension.
And another thing that I know causes problem in marriages is money. That's not a problem. Some people will say, "Oh, women, if they know that I have money, that they will spend it." That's, well, for me, I don't really think that is true, because when I see the money in the account, when I know that okay, this money is coming down, then I start to work even harder. Like, okay, I need to add more because, or let's say, and my husband, whenever there's money in the account, he want to buy properties. So once he sees money that okay, there's money in the account, then he will go. We need to buy more properties. Even when I want to buy a car, he will say, no, we need to buy 2 properties before you buy a car. Then you will go. So then I want to work harder just so that, he
You
can
can
achieve
also get what you want
what I want,
after he has
achieve his own. He doesn't care about clothes or anything like that. It's just to work and leave a legacy for his children.
I think I've been able to learn 1 or 2 lessons. Only said one thing, and that's surely it's something, it's part of what I'm going to take up from this interview. You said, when I noticed that the money is down, after my husband has bought a property, I worked so hard because I want him to buy me what I want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
You love jewelry.
I do.
And of course, it is a wise investment. Daddy is a typical English, cool, calm, well collected man. How do you strike a balance when you need to spoil yourself a bit?
Well, my husband would tell me just buy whatever you want to buy. He doesn't control what I spend or how I spend. He knows that that's what brings me joy. He knows that buying clothes, wearing jewelries, just dressing up makes me happy. And so he's always in support of me, just
Talk about power.
clear will know.
Ara ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ tẹ̀ tí máa bọ̀. I'm obvious.
So he wants me to look good, and then wants me to most time when you see me, I don't look like I'll be 55 next month. I don't look like a 55-year-old woman because, and then even most time when I dress up, whatever I'm sharing online, my husband is aware. He knows. I always get approval from him. Like, okay, is this okay? And they'll say, yeah, sure. If it's not okay, he'll tell me, no, don't post this. And then I don't.
Despite staying abroad,
Oh,
you
yes.
still strike a balance.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, that's how you can make your marriage work. And then the thing is, our children are also watching. Our children are watching what we do, how we do it. And as a matter of fact, one of them told us that if their marriage could be half of what our marriage is, that they would be so happy. And so when they told us that, we know that at least we have done something good. And not only that, we have a lot of people that would send us messages of how what we share online has been a blessing to them. And most people know that we don't do stuff just for the gram. It's truly, truly, truly what goes on in our home. We're not just showing off or anything like that. And so we want people to know, because growing up, I didn't see my dad hug my mom or kiss my mom or anything like that. And so I want people to see that you can actually build the relationship that you want. You can build a home that you want, even though you may not come from a loving family or anything like that. But if that's what you desire, you can actually build it yourself. My father married 2 wives, okay? And I didn't see, so what was lacking in my family, what was lacking in my family, I want it in my own. Is that the right English?
Yes.
Whatever
yes.
was not in my family that I desired, I want to build it in my family. I want my family to be together. I don't want something that I really, really love is to build relationship. And I want my children to have close connection, close relationship. And so also in marriages, because I don't like to see people suffer in marriages. I don't like to see marriages break up. Because the thing is, when marriages break up, it affects the children. And that really breaks my heart when I see these kids suffer due to the choices of their parents. And I also believe that there's no marriage that cannot be fixed as long as both parties have made a decision to fix their marriage, But most times in our culture, we don't show too much of positivity in marriages. There's so many negative things out there, and so we're trying to show people that if you want it, you can build what you want.
So how did you get the name? This is Kidati. Discovered Homes.
That names came from because many of the homes that we deal with when we started, they are foreclosed homes. The homes that federal government has foreclosed on.
Okay.
The bank foreclosed because the federal government guaranteed the loan. So those are the houses that we deal with in the beginning. Then when we go there, I look at it and we find them, and then that's how the discovered homes just came.
I also noticed that most of the people that the homeowners, their mommy do post on the page, maybe 60 to 70% youths.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how do you do it? How do you lure youths to become homeowners?
The thing is, when we started, we saw the beauty in investing in real estate. And we saw what real estate has actually done for us. And so we also want to share that with people, because most people don't like to share what they do to become successful, but that's not us. We want to share what we've done. And we actually practiced with our children. When our oldest son was 17, we started building credit for him, because we made a goal that at the age of 21, all of our children must have their own homes. And so that's what we did. So the first two, they have at least, the least they have is 4 properties on their own. And so the other one too, we're working on that one. So because of that, and I see what is going to do for him in the future, we now share that information online. Of course, when we started sharing the information, some people were saying, oh, they are bragging, they are exposing their children, they're this and that. But there are some other people that actually reached out, they're keyed into it, and they are doing so well. So most people, we now, most of the time it requires education. When you educate people on the benefit of building early. Imagine a home that somebody bought like 8 years ago, and now that home has equity of about 150,000. So when you show that, and you now have to change their mindset, instead of spending money on buying cars or spending
designers bags.
Yeah, you can invest and you can start small. Sometimes you only need like $10,000 to buy your first home if you are a US citizen. And now we're even extending that to foreigners too, those that are living abroad, because they can also buy right now. You don't need to have social security number or be a resident. You don't even have to come to the United States, but you can buy, but make sure you are doing it correctly. I've seen a lot of posts online, people asking other people to send in money, send 10,000, send 20,000, you will buy a house. That is not how real estate works in America. So be careful so that you don't lose your money.
I need you to nail on that. You can actually start little, become a house owner in US with $10,000.
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like that. So I've seen a post that says maybe 8 people or 10 people can come together, they contribute money, and then they can be a homeowner. I don't know how they do it, but I've been in this business now 23 years and I have not seen anything like that. So if you are going to buy a home, make sure you are following the right direction. You go through the proper channel. If the property is not in your name, then it is not your property. Make sure you may not be able to buy, let's say you want to buy the house now, you don't have all the money. Wait until you have the money you need to invest, and you know that that property is in your name. Like most of the time, some people that buy that are Nigerians, we go through they go through the title company. The title company is like intermediary between all parties. You can call them, you can email them, you can do whatever you need to do. Make sure you are doing it correctly. If you don't do it, I cannot even begin to tell you the number of people that will reach out to me and say, oh, somebody collected 40,000 from me, that they want to help me buy a house, they don't pick up my calls anymore. If anybody is asking you to send money to an individual person, don't do it. You need to do it through the title company. You can call, you can research, make sure you are spending your money correctly.
And I don't think people believe that you could actually become a US citizen via buying property. How true is that?
It's not something that is easy. It's not something that you can easily get. It requires a certain amount, and I believe recently they've changed that amount. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're saying you need to have investment of about 700,000. Again, I'm not sure, so you
Well,
have
is
to.
it something visible?
It's something, but the requirement is a lot. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's something that's feasible. They want you to open a company. At least you hire 5 to 10 people to be working for you at the company, and you show the proof that you are paying them. Okay, and then for you to be able to open that company and be paying about 10 people for at least for 1 year, then you have to have enough money, because the reason is that you cannot pay them less than minimum wages.
That is so educative. That is something that, because we hear that you can actually buy a building, then get a residence permit through that. People lie a lot online, and you are like, how possible is that? And man, you've not really mentioned why your target was the youth.
Oh, yeah, because we just believe that to build a better nation, you have to start from home. And we have to invest in this younger generation, because we realize that most of them are going astray. And we want to catch them when they are young so that they can start investing in their future. Imagine someone, I had one that bought a house 5 years ago, and that house today is what he bought that house then for like 50,000. Is it 50 or 55?
50.
50. And right now the house is actually worth about 180,000. So when he was ready to buy another property, he didn't have enough money as a down payment on the new property that he wanted to buy. So he went to the other one. You can actually go back to the bank and say, okay, I have this much equity in the house. I want to borrow that equity to use for whatever you want. You can take that money and blow it up or use it for real estate. And so he now took 75,000, because he had 50,000 in his account. So he took 75,000 from that house that he bought for 50,000 and used as a down payment on this. So that's what we teach them. If they start to invest their money early, they will be able to retire early. They will be able to take care of their family. They will not depend on the community to feed them or to take care of them. So if they understand the concept of buying, refinancing, reinvesting, and repeating it again, then we are building a stronger community.
Wow, that is so thoughtful. Another thing I want to ask, I see that you have kids who also do what you do.
Yeah.
How fulfilled are you? You have about 3 of them.
Yeah, we have 3 kids, and our oldest is actually all our kids are engineers. The first one is a mechanical engineer, the second one is electrical engineer, and the third one is computer engineer. And so the first one actually quit his job. It's a 6-figure income job. 2 years ago, was it 2 years? 2 years ago, to do real estate full time, and that is so fulfilling. That was a dream come true, and he's actually helping us. And I told them now that me and my husband want to be traveling around the world now, because we've put in the work. So now it's time for us to sit back and relax. But my husband doesn't want to retire now, because me, I'm ready to just travel, enjoy life. But it is so fulfilling, really, to see him, to see all that he's doing, and we are gradually releasing the company to him and his siblings, just little by little. Yeah.
Discovered how many properties did you started with?
So our first property, we bought it at 50,000. That property was 50,000 when we bought it in 1996. When we bought the property at that time, we didn't even have money because when you buy a property in the US, you have to pay closing costs. Closing costs, those are fees that are associated with buying a home. So we didn't have the money at the time, and then we actually added $2,000 on top of that 50. So we bought the house for 52,000, and today that house is worth over 300,000. That property we've actually paid it off 3 times. So when we pay it off, we'll go back to the bank, take out the equity that is in the house, use it to buy another house, then take it out again after some time. That one property has actually bought 3 additional properties. And so right now, at least we have close to 30 of our own.
Well done, and thank you for making us proud
Thank you.
abroad.
Thank you.
How do you rest?
How do we rest? I mean, how do you rest?
Well, because we work together all the time, we go home, rest, and weekend also.
You work weekends.
No.
My husband, you work
Yeah, I
weekends.
work weekend, but my wife stay home on weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually made up my mind when I turned 50 that I wasn't going to work weekends anymore because I used to work weekend. If you call me on Sunday, I'll pick up. If you call me anytime you call me, I will. Even right now that we're here, we think we're on holiday. We're really not on holiday because we're still taking phone calls, we're still helping clients, we're still following up with the office. And I mean, we sometimes we just take a trip and travel. And now, the kids are gone. It's just us at home. So when we get home in the evening, we rest, and I mean, we don't really see it as work anymore.
Your passion driving.
Yeah, because when I see families, get that key when they smile, sometimes that some of them will cry at the table. That is just so fulfilling to us. So I don't really see it as work. Really, I don't see it as work. I just feel like it is a ministry that God has placed in our hands to help people, and not only helping people to buy home, would also help people that actually started their own business as well. They became real estate brokers themselves. That they are doing so well.
Mentorship.
Yes, we actually mentored some that have their own businesses right now. That they are doing so well, and we're so proud of them. And because we believe there's much work to be done. We can't do it alone. So we continue to.
You mentioned something. Some people weep when you give them their kiss.
Yes.
Can you remember a particular one that brought tears to your face or your eyes? Probably after going through their life struggles and challenges with them, and it was so. We know every one of them. It's actually something to you, but there will be one that when you still think of it, you'll be like, oh, me do so at last. Despite all they've gone through, you don't need to mention names.
There are so many of them, and I remember one. There's this particular. She's a single mom, and a single mom of 2. And then so when she closed on her house, I usually put a yard sign in front. So she told me, Auntie Nika, please come to my house and stuff, because our house was not far from where we closed. And when we got there, the moment she saw that sign, she just busted out crying. She just started crying, and I couldn't hold back my tears as well. And that's one instance. There's another one, a single mom as well. And in fact, I did Instagram live when I went to the front of her house. I mean, she could, because she was rejected 3 times. 3 different lenders rejected her. So the night, it was 8:05 p.m. I was still at the office when the bank sent me a notice that everything is clear, we can close. And she said she was driving to Dallas for a job, and I called and I said, "Sis, where are you?" She said, I said, are you ready to close? She said, "Please leave me. I'm done." I said, "No, for real, you are clear to close." I recorded it. She screamed. She said, wait. She found the next exit. She parked at the gas station. She started crying. She was weeping, like even me, like goosebumps all over me. She was crying. She cried and cried and cried. She was, because she had been rejected. So for me, when somebody comes to me and they tell me somebody had rejected them, that's when my head is packed.
Wow.
Rejected you was, just tell me everything that happened. Then I will let you know if we can make it happen or not. And then truly, if it's something that we can do, I'll tell you, okay, don't worry, God is in control. We'll get it done. And most of the time, we always get it done as well.
So you're like a problem solver for
By
most
God's
of
grace,
wow.
most of the time.
Wow. Wow. This is definitely beauty with brain. And I begin to ask myself, when are you coming home? Ajole Dabile, we want to have you here in Nigeria. When do you intend to go into real estate in Nigeria? Do you see yourself doing this?
Go into real estate in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't see myself going into real estate in Nigeria. Number one, the profit margin in Nigeria is very low because of the profit margin. And then when I look at the houses, rental homes here, they are renting for 3 million. When
Per
annum. But that one is just, it's less than 2 months.
That's 3 million now is like $2,000.
Yeah. So that's 1 month in many of my properties. Okay. That's like
I'm looking at what you're going to use to build it.
Yeah. Some of my property I rent for like 3,000. I
Per
rent
month.
3,500 per month. So 2,000 is like a very low, very small house that we rent for 2,000.
And not only that, the people here that are too aggressive. Look at that lady that came to build properties here. One of our friends over there came to build properties, and now they say the government brought bulldozer, and they tore down the whole properties that she bought. That she built, saying that they have to. There's a road that needs to go through that neighborhood. Meanwhile, she had, according to papers provided, and so we didn't want to go through all of the things that she's going through now. It's not something that we want to go through ever. So over there where we live, there's law and order. Once you get documents, you know that you've gotten documents. You can build, and nobody's going to come tomorrow and say you are building on easement or anything like that. So the aggressiveness here, I don't think it's something that my husband can deal with.
And so we see a lot of young couples. Just like you said, I am one of your fan. I come to the page even before you started the softer side of you, talking about relationship, marriage, and for a lot of people who look at your husband and who is probably getting married over the weekend, what would you say to them on the 5 tips of a successful marriage?
Number one thing is love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. Have confidence in the person that you are marrying, and believe that this is a lifetime commitment. Communication is key. You have to be able to communicate properly with your spouse and work together. There's nothing as good as working together with your spouse. There's nothing as good as that. So people will say they have best friends. There's no best friend. Your spouse is your best friend. Make your spouse your best friend, and just love on each other. Love your spouse the way you want to be loved. Okay? When I started going on social media, from the beginning, my husband was not visible. It's not that he wasn't part of it, but he wasn't like.
We hardly seen.
Yeah.
In fact,
So, but right now, he's always in my videos and stuff like that because he sees the beauty in what I do, and I also give him the respect. And most of the time, whatever I want to share online, there's nothing I share online that he doesn't know about. Whatever I want to share online, I will show it to him first and let him tell me if I'm wearing any outfit. Before I wear the outfit, I'll show him, do you like this? Is this okay? So if you work together like that, your marriage will be beautiful. But if you are listening to what other people are saying outside there, it's not going to work. So there's something to add.
Is there something to add, Daddy?
Well, I believe that making a marriage works require respect. Yeah. Most of the most important thing to men is respect. No matter what you give to them, if you don't respect them, yeah, the person will not happy about the marriage. So once you give the man a respect, I think that's the most important thing.
Life at 55. What has life taught
To believe in yourself, love yourself, live life beautifully, be grateful always. Know that just live every day as if it's gonna be the last.
So are we throwing a party again? You had one when you turned 50.
Are we throwing party?
Yeah, you can try.
No, we're actually planning his 70th.
Inshallah.
So we'll throw party.
So it's going to be 70 when?
In 2 years.
In 2 years. Sir, are you 68 years old?
Yes.
68 years old?
Yes.
Am I shouting?
Right?
Yeah.
68 years, the age gap and the friendship and
Yes.
Yeah.
68.
Yes.
That you shall not do it.
No, because I do exercise all the time. I eat well.
So your uncle that you frustrated from and you are 68.
Yeah, he's 73.
5 years. You're You're 68, sir.
Yes.
And people certificate Would you respect, sir?
Yes.
You're 68. You were born when?
Yeah, if you see my sister too, you know that I'm 68 already. So I guess
The thing is,
I just look little.
Mm-hmm.
I eat well.
And being married to your best friend too.
And then yes, I don't have problem with my marriage too. So helps me a lot. Anything I want to eat, she prepares it. So I eat most of the time vegetables. I drink only water. The other things I drink is when I make my own juice, like I make.
Yeah.
I make turmeric. I make tomato every day. Cup of tomato when I wake up in the morning. I drink cup of tomato, the tomato that I make by myself, the organic one, and ginger, carrots. So all those things, those are the things that I.
And he exercises a lot.
And I exercise a lot.
The age gap.
Oh, the age gap.
It's 13 years. Yeah, different.
It doesn't even feel like it.
Yeah, 13
It
years.
doesn't even feel like it because we play around, we run after each other at home.
Yes.
And we just it's just God. It's just God, where we are today is the grace of God. It's not that we are perfect, we're not perfect. It's not that we're perfect. It's just God that has granted.
I wanted to ask when it was done that Ibrahim 60. What means if I 65? It's going to be 70.
Yeah. So God has been good to us.
A lot of lessons has been learned, and it's such an exciting moment for us to even have the opportunity to sit with you. The last time I spoke to Auntie, we should be about 6 years ago, when I just started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma, for supporting us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, now, Mommy Maki, Dada, Orinyawu, Omade Dupelo, 6855. That's the code.
My name is Nika OJO, and I'm using this opportunity to thank everyone that has supported us at Discovered Homes. Without you, there's no Discovered Homes. We are so grateful to you for your business, for your support, and to all of our online families. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for the support, for the likes, the comments, the referrals. We are so grateful. Thank you. And please continue to support us because we need it. We need to build a stronger community. And we cannot build a stronger community without the support of each and every one of you. We are not too busy for you. Please send me that DM. The DM that says I have somebody that want to buy a house. Please continue to support us. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.
To my darling husband, Olowori Okotoni Tomato. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for your love, for your support, for loving me unconditionally. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for being there for our children. Thank you for being there for our business. I know sometimes I may be naughty, but thank you for understanding that I am who I am. Thank you for accepting me to be who I am. Thank you for giving me the room to be who I am, for giving me the wings to fly. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for loving my family like your own. Thank you for giving me the freedom to do whatever I want. I'm just so grateful to God for placing you in my life. Being married to you has been the utmost blessing of my life, and I just cannot trade you in. Ọkọ mi olówó mi, ọmọ Àkúrẹ́ olóyè mẹ́kùn, ọmọ aṣọ́rò mọ́ṣákáṣọ́rò, ọmọ aṣọ́rò ogbe ìyí ọ̀gbẹ́, ọmọ amóríkà kọ̀ǹpẹ́sì tutọ́rẹ, ṣojú ríro, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀dálẹ̀ ilé àbá rẹ ni, kárí ọkọ mi, ilé orí mi, mo ṣeré o.
Thank you.